Did you know that there is a direct connection between adult obesity and childhood sexual abuse? Now, online it says, the statistics say about 40 to 60% of all morbid to obese patients, that's patients with a BMI over 40, have a history of sexual abuse. I would say it's a lot more than that. And I tell you that because I am a licensed and certified physician assistant for the past 27 years. And I have worked in every specialty of medicine. One of the specialties was even being in the operating room as a first assistant surgeon doing open heart surgery. But one of the most impactful ones was being a physician assistant at a bariatric and weight loss center and really understanding emotional eating. I would say after reading 100% of all those history forms, that 95% of patients really had a history of sexual abuse. And 100% of them all suffered with emotional eating. Now, if you don't understand what emotional eating looks like, let me give you this example. I moved from New York to South Florida, wanted to come down for the winter, wanted to try the whole snowbird thing, right? Okay. So now moving in itself can be extremely stressful, right? We all know what that's like. There's so much uncertainty of a new place. I was moving into a new apartment. I'm bringing my dog. I'm hoping she enjoys the environment. I'm in a new relationship. We're moving in together. That's like, right? I just like unpacking all the boxes. My back hurts. I decided to do the move myself. I probably won't do that again, not advised. And then I get there and then I still have to work, right? I still got to pay the bills. So I have my workload's increasing, and my organization that I work for, they changed EMR systems. So an EMR is electronic medical records, right? It's all of our patient charting. An organization may not change once they decide on an EMR system, they most likely will not change it at all. Well, this is somewhat of a startup, so they changed their EMR system 3 times in the past 6 months, okay? And the last time they had changed it was during my move, of course, right? So now I'm learning, it usually takes like 6 months just to kind of learn and maybe even get a little comfortable with the program. I mean, EMRs are very complex, intricate systems, okay? It's not like ChatGPT. They're not user-friendly and they're not intuitive, okay? So it takes a while. In fact, there's usually IT departments and support teams to kind of help you with EMR systems, all right? Well, this organization didn't have that. You're kind of like learning on your own. You're all like supporting each other, right? So, I'm learning this new EMR system on top of the move. I have to keep my productivity level up. I still have to see, trying to see 3 to 4 patients an hour. Then you have your life stuff, right? You have your emails, you're trying to find life work balance. I have my mom and her life. So there's like all of this stuff, right? And I just one day I found myself walking to the refrigerator. I opened the door and I just stared inside as if something new was going to appear, right? But here's what I did find. Oh, yes, I found a little magic in there. Oh, and I grabbed it. It was in the form of a box of Girl Scout cookies, and it just happened to be my favorite kind, Samoas. Oh, and I just sat down with that box, and I was just, it was so yummy. I just went to town. I fed my face with all of these yummy, crunchy, chocolate, coconut-covered pieces of magic. And I felt amazing. I was like having my fix, right? So it wasn't until like halfway through the box that I started to feel guilty, ashamed, yucky about myself. And I really just kind of stopped and I kind of asked myself, like, what am I even doing right now? I wasn't even hungry. Was I tired? Was I sad? Was I depressed? Was I anxious? Was I worried? Was I overwhelmed? What was I really feeling that brought me to the refrigerator subconsciously, where I opened the door and I just had a blank stare because I was looking for something, but I wasn't looking for food. So what was going on in those moments? I'll tell you, I was all of the above. I was stressed, I was overwhelmed, I was angry, I was sad, I was confused. Who can relate? Yes, because this, my friends, is an example of emotional eating. And the reason why I tell you this story is because we all do this, okay? We are all subconsciously eating, and we are all misusing food. In fact, we have a bad relationship with food. The relationship that we're having with food is we're using food as a source of love. We're using food as a source of comfort. We're using food as a sense of safety and a sense of security and comfort. We're not using food the right way. We're misusing it. We are abusing it, and therefore we're abusing ourselves. And when we're down that dark black hole, we're not grabbing the lettuce, people. I wasn't looking for an avocado, okay? No. I was looking for the sugar, baby. I was going for the cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to self-sabotage myself. And that's the relationship we have with food when we're in a bad emotional state. So here's my takeaway for you. I want you to be very aware of your relationship with food. And I want you to stop using it to fix your emotions and to soothe fix your problems and soothe your emotions. Because that's what we're doing. We're using food to fix our problems and soothe our emotions. And I want you to be very aware next time. And this is how I want you to do it. Next time you go to the refrigerator and you don't even know why you're standing there, if you don't know why you opened that refrigerator door and you have that stare, I want you to close the door immediately and walk away. Because what's in that refrigerator is not going to give you what you need. Trust me when I say this. What's in that refrigerator is not going to give you what you need. Maybe what you need is a nap. Maybe what you need is just to journal or to meditate or take a walk or have a good conversation and a talk with a friend or a loved one. Maybe it's just to cry. Maybe it's just to breathe. But it's not going to be found in that refrigerator. So I want you to close the door with that awareness and walk away and give yourself what you really need. Just ask yourself, is this hunger or is this a filler? And if it's a filler, walk away. And then go fill yourself up with what it is you really need. Okay? And the more you do this, the more times you do this, the more impact you make towards healthy living. It's repetition. So the more you have that awareness and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing standing here? Close the door. And then when you walk away, the more times you do that with repetition, the more impact you're making, the more you move towards healthy living and a healthier lifestyle. Does this make sense? All right, cool. See you next time.